Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So, in an earlier blog and vlog kick, we talked about writing songs involving cities and states in the title or hook. Now we're going to shift our focus to songs that mention streets, highways, interstates, and avenues within the title or hook. Although I'll avoid generic references like Road to Nowhere by Talking Heads or Highway to Hell by AC/DC, some of the street names will still be rather generic and rely on the rest of the lyrics for painting a picture around the street names that appear in multiple cities. So we're going to start off by talking about Highway 61 Revisited by the one and only Bob Dylan. So the title track to his second 1965 masterpiece discusses historic events with one person having a problem that can only be solved by going down Highway 61. The first verse deals with Abraham not wanting to kill his son, Isaac, of course, and God telling them that if he doesn't want to do it, then he'd better get out of sight. When Abraham finally relents, he asks God where he wants Isaac to be killed, and God responds, Highway 61. In each verse, you have people doing questionable things, and whenever they give in to temptation, that temptation happens down on Highway 61. It includes references to the Bible, which I mentioned in the first verse, King Louis, Shakespeare in Twelfth Night, and what many scholars believe to be an allusion to Blind Willie McTell, who went by Georgia Sam from time to time. Speaking of blues musicians, Highway 61 is also where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads of Highway 61 and Highway 49 in Clarksdale, Mississippi, for the ability, of course, to play guitar. Highway 61 runs from Wisconsin, Minnesota to New Orleans, Louisiana, and therefore passes through Dylan's hometown of Hibbing and through many of the cities that shaped the blues artists that influenced him. Highway 61 Revisited uses the iconic highway as a metaphor for temptation in which people throughout history have given in for the sake of gaining fame. The song is written in the key of A, the intro using A5 just straight up. That A5 chord gets repeated 4 times before transitioning to a D and another A5 in the 5th line. The 6th line uses E and closes out with an A5. And that also gets played as an instrumental interlude between the first and second verse, the third and fourth verse, the fourth and fifth verse, and is also used as the outro after the fifth verse. For those of you playing along at home, this is a 1-4-1-5 pattern. The song is distinguished by its siren whistle, which gets played in between each verse. On the track, Bob Dylan plays guitar, harmonica, and that Acme siren, and is accompanied by Mike Bloomfield on electric guitar, Harvey Brooks on bass, and Sam Lay on drums, with Al Cooper on piano. The song uses only verses, a staple of many of Bob Dylan's songs, and just blues songs in general that do not have a chorus or bridge. Again, I've talked quite a bit in my previous blogs and vlogs, especially with Adam Schlesinger's writing with Fountains of Wayne about knowing the moment, and that has to do with the structure, rhyme scheme, all of that stuff, melody, right? And all of that plays into Bob's decision to just have this be verses with kind of the hook of take it on down Highway 61, kind of being the recurring theme, definitely being the recurring theme throughout. So that's a quick look at Highway 61 Revisited. There's a lot more, obviously, to discuss, but that's all we're going to look at today. Highway 61 Revisited, the title track to his 1965 album. Yeah, hope that was helpful for you as a writer. If Bob Dylan isn't helpful for you as a writer, don't know what to tell you because he's one of the best to do it. although he's obviously very, very hard to decipher. So, I feel you there. But as always, I'm Minnesota Mike with the Memphis Songwriters Association. Make sure you check out all my other vlogs that I do for them, as well as the blog, which can be found on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. Thank you so much for tuning in.